I get asked fairly often, Bob, aren't you bitter about the last 40 years of your life? Don't you wish people had known about carnivore sooner? We're going to talk about that today. Hello everyone, Semi-Retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. What you're watching is you're watching me walk. I know that doesn't seem really exciting, but when you consider just under 3 years ago, I couldn't do this. I could barely stand up for a couple minutes without severe pain. And now I'm out here walking every day. It starts to make just a little more sense about what my videos are trying to tell you. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. It means a lot to me that you choose to spend just a few moments of your day with me. I would like to ask everyone to help me out just a little bit. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob." And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. All these things are absolutely free and help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. I am 61 years old, and I'm doing things I couldn't do when I was 40, like out here walking every day in any kind of weather. If you go back, you'll see that I did an every day in January, and I'm in Nebraska. It was not exactly warm then. Today, it's sunny and almost 70 degrees. As you can see, I've got my backpack back on. This is going to be a regular thing now that it's not really summertime yet, but I need to have a bottle of water with me because, and the reason I got the backpack out is I don't have my big heavy coat on anymore. Even in the winter, when it was minus 20 degrees out, I would still drink water on my walk, but I could just throw a bottle of water in the pocket of my coat. Now, I've got the backpack back out. It adds a little bit of weight, not a lot of weight, because just like yesterday, I started with just the weight of the backpack, 4 bottles of water in the back, and 1 on my chest, so that this one's fairly easy to get to, but I still have to use 2 hands, which is why in some sections you'll see me set my camera down for just a moment, because I still need 2 hands to get the bottle of water out of that mesh pouch. One of my neighbors has her dog out, and she's got some really good looking tulips in her front yard already. There are definitely some signs of spring finally arriving in Nebraska. Most of the trees are starting to bud out. Not very much yet. But I'm always a little surprised at how fast that happens. It really is an amazing thing. They go from here, let me turn the camera around. You can almost see a little bit of budding. And this thing will have most of its leaves out by the time I do this video next week. Now I'm up at that stop sign at the end of the first hill. I switched, as you saw in yesterday's video, I switched editing software, and I'm not sure why, but it didn't pick up the the text that I put on. Maybe I used the wrong form of text. So I'm going to play with that a little bit more in this video. But if you're tuning in today, wondering what yesterday's mileage was, it was just a hair under 3.2, if I remember right. And I'm going to do about the same distance today. I'll probably take a couple of extra steps. But because I've increased so quickly in just the first week of this challenge, from just under 2.5 miles on that first day to little over 3 yesterday, all in one shot. I did that 3.2 mile day back on, I think it was, I don't remember which video it was, but I think it was on Wednesday. I thought I'd walked further than I did, so I went back out for a second walk. And while yes, that was 3.2 miles, as I'm discovering, walking 3 miles in one shot without taking a break is much harder than what I used to do. Take a couple laps around the church, sit down and take a break. Take a couple laps around the church, sit down and take a break. This is much, much harder. But I don't want this video to become super long, so I'm going to go ahead and jump on into today's topic. Because people do often ask me, and if I'm bitter or mad about the advice I was given for so long. And if I told you I'm not bitter or mad at all, I would be lying. But I try not to dwell on it. And that's really the message of today's video. Try not to dwell on the past. Sometimes it's hard, but the past is the past. It's gone, it's over, it's already happened. There's nothing we can do today to change yesterday. But there's a lot we can do today to change tomorrow. Well, yes, I do think about it sometimes. The thing I like to focus on is that I believe that everyone has a purpose in life. God didn't just put us here on a random whim. I believe everybody has a purpose. And if I hadn't been or hadn't gone through all of the things that I went through in my life, then I wouldn't be here today making these videos. If I'd known then what I know now, I would be retired from the Army and probably tucked away somewhere, not really caring what other people thought or what other people did, and I would have no message to bring to people. I believe that's why I survived my triple bypass surgery when, at the time, when they did the angiogram to discover how bad my heart condition was, I had 2 arteries that were 100% blocked and one that was 99% blocked. I was 1% blockage away from just falling over dead. But I believe that God helped me survive because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Not just the walking, but I'm supposed to be out here telling you guys about my journey in hopes that it helps you in yours. Because as I started to say earlier, I don't know if I finished the thought, I believe today we are the sum of every experience we've had throughout our entire life. And if you change one experience, your entire life can turn out differently. So while, yes, I get upset every once in a while when I think about all of the things I went through from the time I got kicked out of the Army until the time I found Carnivore. It's hard not to. But I also believe today I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's why I survived being 1% from death. I didn't want this to get super mushy, but apparently it has. But we're coming up on the halfway point of the first lap. But that's really all of the message that I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to have a few more thoughts on it when I get back up to the house. But one of the other things I discovered in that in my new video editing software, that's free, by the way, I can speed the footage up a lot faster. So I can do these double lap 3-mile plus walks and still hopefully keep the videos under 30 minutes. That's really my goal, but we'll see how it happens as I get bigger and bigger distances. I don't know how fast I can actually speed it up. But the other thing I was starting to talk to you about, I was stopped in the shade so I could flip the camera around, but the distance, the disclaimers and the distances traveled are all down in the comment section, down in the description in yesterday's video. Hopefully I figure out some more stuff when I'm doing today's video, which this is Tuesday's video, so I have dance class tonight, but I'm still going to be out here walking and walking because that's what I have decided to do, because I think my legs getting stronger from walking from now until May the 11th will help me, because the dance concert is on like May the 18th. So I have very little time to get even everything more strong than it already is. But anyway, I'll have some more thoughts on the subject when I get up to the house. For now, let's go ahead and cue the music and do another lap and a half. cut the music. You guys didn't see it really because the whole music section, the video sped up, but I pushed pretty hard coming up this last hill, which is what I finished with yesterday. Normally I push coming up at the start of a walk. I saved it for the end today, and that is a lot harder. If you're paying attention during the music section, I put a thumbs up in front of the camera. That's the spot where I normally turn on the big walk, on the big block, to come straight back up the hill to my street. But as you saw, I went on down. I don't think it added very much because it's only about a block down to the entrance of that park I found. And then the park trail meanders around a little bit. But it's not that much further than just walking straight up the sidewalk. But it's such a pretty walk. And it is a little bit farther. So today's walk will be a little bit farther than yesterday's walk. The other thing I like about the park trail is I took my glasses off and soaked up the sun while I was going through the park. I can't do that out here on the streets because the sidewalks are so crooked. I really need to be able to see where I'm stepping so I don't go splat while I'm out here walking. Because, you know, like I always say about being careful and not pushing too hard so you don't injure yourself. Well, as nice as the sun is in my eyes, seeing where I'm going is better. Because if I go splat on these sidewalks, even if I don't break anything, I suspect I'll be down for a day or two at the minimum. And if I break something, who knows how long it could take to heal at my age. So that's why I don't take my glasses off when I'm walking on the sidewalks. But I like that little addition. It's amazing how good the sun makes you feel. I mean, I've been out getting sun on my face every morning, and I've been out getting sun with my walks, but I can feel the difference today with not wearing that big heavy shirt, no hat, none of that stuff. I'm getting that much extra sun on my skin, and boy does that feel good. If you haven't tried it yet, what are you waiting on? The sun is one of the most powerful healing tools we have access to for free. You don't have to sign up for a program. You don't have to pay some guru tens of thousands of dollars. All you have to do is go outside and soak up the sun and see what kind of benefits you get doing that on a daily basis. You know, carnivore obviously helps. Exercising helps. But even if you're one of those people that doesn't do any of those things, that's watching my videos, thinking about maybe I'll start some of that stuff, start with this. As soon as I get to my driveway, I know it's nice and smooth. Start with this. Just get out in the sun and let the sun soak into you, because it is such a good healer for many different things. But yeah, I believe every piece of our life stacks on top of itself as we progress through life. And everything we've done through the course of our life has brought us to where we are today. And changing even one thing can drastically change the outcome. Like I said, if I'd known about this carnivore thing back before I got kicked out of the Army, I'd have probably gone through life oblivious to all of you guys and all the health struggles of living in this westernized society. I would have just done my 20 or 30 in the Army, gotten out and settled down on a beach somewhere to live the good life. But here I am. Hopefully some of what I said today made sense. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow. Oh, and if I can make it work, I'll put my total distance up in here somewhere. If not, it'll be down in the description. So I will tell you how far today was. Be 1% better today, tomorrow, and every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.